Hello and welcome. It is Thursday, 10/23/2025, and we have some top stories. And one of the major stories is we had this three-car pileup in California of all places, but we have some other stories too. We have a driver on the border of Ohio and Indiana caught driving the wrong way. So we're going to look into that. We got a Maryland border public works cut 500 jobs. It's going to give them $20,000 apiece severance pay and $300 for each year that these employees had worked. So it's out of the Maryland Board of Public Works here. Now, the Republicans are kind of bitching about this, and I'm like, well, why are they bitching when we're having government cuts all over the country that, Doge has gone in to these different places and showing them, hey, you've got some pork here you need to get rid of. So I had watched a video on it. I haven't really done a super deep dive. Like, why are the Republicans pissed about this? Just inquiring minds want to know. Because, I'm going to call out hypocrisy when I see it, but I don't know if it's hypocrisy yet because I don't really know the full story. But there's something fishy going on if the Republicans are pissed about it. That the Democrats are trying to do tit for tat, but who are they cutting out of the Board of Public Works? Who are they? What jobs are they cutting? So they claim that they're keeping the essentials that are good for the people. So maybe they're cutting these jobs that we actually need so they can have more money for social programs. Just going out on a limb here. I don't know if that's what it is, but there you go. We got Virginia Lieutenant Governor debate. The Democrat governor did not show up. So what this guy did is he debated an AI. So I'm sure they're going to fact check the shit out of it to make sure that, he's debating this AI, because I noticed when you go to Google something, usually the first thing you see is a summary of what you're Googling, whether it's a word, you want a definition, or a certain subject matter, whatever, you get what I mean. And then you look up at the top and it'll say, this is generated by AI, Copilot, and then it would have the sources where the Copilot, the AI, got this information. So it goes throughout the internet and then it pulls all the information it needs. So when this guy's asking her questions, which he's asking an AI that sounds and looks like, because there's an image of his opponent, it's pulling up probably everything she's ever said online, anything that was written, that was posted, and I thought it was pretty awesome, because you're not going to get a super spin. You're going to get accurate account of this is actually what this person has said and what they stand by. So I thought it was great. We'll take a look at that. Here, we have the truck driver, and it is bad, guys. That is bad. Texas voter rolled out thousands of non-citizens off their voter registration. So we all know, and it's been decades, I remember Rush Limbaugh saying 20, 30 years ago that Democrats win by dead people voting, and they want illegals in for more votes. So I hope the Supreme Court across the land, and we can get this taken care of and make it across the whole entire country, is to vote. You need voter ID. You need proof of registration. And my cat is hollering to get out of my room. So I'm going to pause it and I'll be back in a split second. Okay, that was super fast. Yeah, she fusses to come in. I let her in. She lays down on my bed over here for a little while, and then it's a cat. They just do whatever they want. So apparently, the song of the most popular song I just watched on Osmond Gold, which I can't play it because I'm thinking I might get demonetized for it or something, or get flagged. And but well, I'm not even monetized yet. I don't have enough followers, but subscribers, but. I mean, but they can flag my video and then nobody can see it for a copyright strike. But it's a song. Y'all go look at it. Go look up Osmond Gold. He just posted it a little while ago, so it should be fresh at the top of his page. You can find it. Where somebody did a song about Hassan Piker shocking his dog. It's pretty hysterical. It's pretty hysterical. What else do we have here? An Albuquerque mayor. There's a mayor race going on, and one of the candidates wanted to tour one of the homeless shelters there in Albuquerque. That it's supplied by tax dollars. I don't know why another candidate couldn't go and look at it and either say, hey, y'all are doing a great job, or going like, whoa, look at these conditions, which that wasn't really the story here. The story is when they were doing they went and debated, and then the other candidate says, no, this candidate never went and visited the homeless shelter. And he's like, yeah, I did. So one of the higher ups at the homeless shelter let this other candidate come in and tour the shelter. They got fired. So apparently there's some policy that you have to be approved to get in there or whatever. But if it's from taxpayers' money and you've got other candidates who are running for office, I don't see a problem with them, going and seeing the facility. Wouldn't you want to go see a facility fresh without them even knowing when you're coming? Because they should always be on their toes. The place should be running great or whatever, this kind of thing. But I think that was the story here is somebody got fired. And then plus dude lied. New dude went into the shelter. It's so stupid, right? When you get into these some of these smaller cities, well, Albuquerque's a big city. These cities, mayor races or whatever race it is, lieutenant governor, all kinds of craziness. And boy, we had a crazy season so far, especially in Virginia with Jay Jones, Steinberger, with Winston Sears. Oh my gosh, it has been action packed. And then with this guy, lieutenant governor debate using AI is wow. It's been the year of memes, and it has been usually races we don't ever look at, right? Who cares about mayor races in these cities? But you got New York with Kami McDommy and Kami Como. I mean, it's been like, what is happening here? What is happening? So let's get started. I guess we'll go with the top story, which is, here we go. Another 3 deaths on our freeways because California gave out a CDL licenses to these illegal people, and it did come out. He is illegal. And what's interesting is before we get to the video, I pulled up an article. I got 2 videos to show you, so you can hear what the news people are saying. We've investigated, and plus we're going to see some footage of the accident itself. But I went to New York Post, the trusty New York Post. California crash released by Biden administration after 2022 border crossing. This is insane. This is insane. Let me make this a little smaller so you guys can see it. Just sometimes it's a pain because then, I want to just flip through to the articles, to the videos, but then one's too big, one's too small, or the volume's jacked up on one. Yeah, it's a pain. So if anybody watched my video from yesterday, oh man, the audio was like terrible. I'm like, I'm fired myself. Because it was just like certain videos weren't loud enough or whatever, and then maybe I'm not hearing what y'all hear, but I got to keep an eye on my desktop audio here and make sure it's not peaking out, and then I will not kill you when I do these videos. Now looky here, this is the guy who was in this accident, who was in this truck, a 21-year-old illegal immigrant from India. Now, and the other guy that killed those, there was 3 people in the other one, I believe, in Florida, on Florida's highways. I think he was from India too. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but what's going on here? Is there a pattern? Is there a pattern here? A 21-year-old illegal immigrant from India who crossed the southern border in 2022 and was released by the Biden administration is now accused of causing a fiery semi-truck crash that killed 3 people in Southern California. Multiple federal law enforcement sources tell Fox News. According to the federal sources, the suspect identified as, let me see if I can say this turd's name. Forget it. I'm not going to say his name. Look at this right here. There's his name right there. All right, y'all see this idiot's name. Was first encountered by Border Patrol agents in California's El Contro sector in March 2022 and released into the interior of the country pending an immigration hearing. The whole Biden administration just did not make sense with this. So what is this? Catch and release. So you pick up this guy, he's here illegally. What the hell are you doing letting him go? And they did this numerous times and people are dead because of it. And then these dumbass idiots at the No Kings rally. Immigrants are Americans. Immigrants built this country. Immigrants are our friend. Immigrants are just peaceful people wanting a better life. I'm tired of the bullshit. We don't know who these people are, you idiots. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then shit like this happens. And one of the 3 that was killed in the accident in California was a high school coach and his wife. Damn libtards. I swear. This makes me mad. Sign, I guess that's how you say his name, the idiot that's here illegally, has now been arrested on suspicion of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated after plowing his big rig into slow-moving traffic on the I-10 freeway in San Bernardino, California. The crash caught on dash cam video left at least 3 people dead and several injured. Police say Tsai never hit the brakes before slamming into the traffic jam, citing toxicity tests that confirm impairment. DHS sources confirm he is not in lawful immigration status and that ICE has logged an immigration detainer following his arrest. That was weird to say. Confirm he is not in lawful immigration status. Why don't they just say he is here illegally? He is here illegally. Tsai was released under the Biden administration in 2022. Alternatives to detention policy won several instances Fox News has documented where illegal immigrants released pending hearings went on to commit crimes. Please come back. Here you go. We want you to come back on this date. And here's a phone while you're at it. And here's some money. And here's a fake ID. And while you're at it, go get your CDL license. The incident is the latest involving illegal immigrant truck drivers in the U.S. Yes, it is. Excuse me. Sai, who crossed the southern border illegally in 2018, obtained a commercial driver's license in California and is accused of causing a crash in August in Fort Pierce, Florida that killed 3 people. That's that guy. Officers investigating the wreck said he failed English and road sign tests. Fucking Gavin Newscum. And he's been all over X too, posting the dumbest shit about Trump and the building of the ballroom. Oh, now because they're mad at how much money it's going to cost, which apparently I think it was raised by private donors. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I thought I heard yesterday. And number 2, nobody gave a shit about Obama tearing anything up and building a stupid-ass basketball court. Which I wouldn't have said nothing. And I didn't say anything. At the time, I was not on doing content on YouTube. But I was like, he's the president. Who cares? It's stupid. He's building a basketball court. That's stupid. There's no long-term 100 years into the future, 200 years into the future that this is going to be used. But a ballroom will be. You bunch of dumb asses. And then, just getting back on the Newscum bandwagon. I mean, his state is a dumpster fire. This idiot gave this guy legal access to getting a CDL license to travel all over the country, not just in his piece of shit California country, which it's turned into a dumpster fire. Oh no, these people travel everywhere and endanger all of us. So these sanctuary cities let these people in, but these people don't always stay there. They venture out and put us all in danger. A statement released by the Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy on October 15 points to widespread use among big rig drivers, enabling to pass English language requirements. I put states on notice this summer enforcing the Trump administration's English language requirements or the checks to stop coming, said Duffy. California is the only state in the nation that refuses to ensure big rigs, did I have that in there? Big rig drivers can read our road signs and communication with law enforcement. This is a fundamental safety issue that impacts you and your family on American roads. The crash comes as the Trump administration announced last week that it would be withholding more than $40 million. I did a video on this about a week ago. $40 million in federal highway safety funding from California for failing to comply with federal English language policy standards for truck drivers. The White House did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital request for comment. Well, I'm sure a comment's going to come out from the Trump administration. I think we don't want that one. That's another one I pulled up. Dems admit dragging feet on shutdown. Oklahoma teen rapist walks. I mean, it's just dumb crap after dumb crap. I don't know what the hell is going on in New York. Why they wanting to elect Kami Mandabi, and then I can't believe how close the race is for Steinberg and what is her name, Abigail and Sears. Why is it so close? It's beyond me. Virginia, what the hell are you doing? You've seen what Democrats have done to this country. They are not going to change. Abigail wants boys in girls' bathrooms. She wants illegals to get health care. She is a left-wing Democrat. Okay? Period. Drives me nuts. And here, let's take a look at the crash here. Unbelievable.
Merging into the investigation of the horrific scene that snarled traffic for hours on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario Tuesday. CHP confirming to KTLA this dashcam video posted all over social media is at the center of their investigation into the deadly accident. The footage showing the dramatic collision as a semi-truck driver plows into bumper-to-bumper traffic.
The westbound traffic came to either a slow or a stop. and a driver in a Freightliner commercial vehicle did not stop, which caused a chain reaction crash.
The driver behind the wheel has been identified as 21-year-old Jashanpreet Singh of Yuba City. He is facing charges of driving under the influence and vehicular manslaughter for the fiery chain reaction crash that left 3 dead. Clarence Nelson, a former assistant basketball coach at Pomona High, and his wife Lisa were identified by the school as 2 of the victims. The school posted this tribute on their Facebook page. A colleague says Nelson had most recently coached at Rancho Cucamonga High School and was beloved by students and staff. As families mourn and investigators piece together the events that led to this deadly pileup, officials are once again urging drivers to stay alert and never get behind the wheel while impaired.
This is a tragic crash because, as I say, it was very preventable. If somebody had only been paying attention, if everybody was driving sober, this tragedy...
This is saying man suspected of being under the influence when he crashed his tractor trailer into a crowd of vehicles on the 10 freeway Tuesday afternoon has been identified as 21-year-old resident of Yuba City, Carlos. So, what the hell is this? Yeah, hold up a second. Yuba City. All right. This is CBS News in Sacramento. Let's see what they're going to say.
Confirming the 21-year-old entered.
Let's see here. Let's back it up a little bit.
Deadly 8-vehicle crash in Southern California. Homeland Security confirming the 21-year-old entered the U.S. illegally. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Marley Ginter.
And I'm Tony Lopez. Let's get to it. The man is in custody tonight after yesterday's crash linked to a Sacramento trucking company. Your reporter Madison Keevy has been digging into this story all day long, into the driver's history locally. Madison, what are we learning?
So what do we have to do? At maybe this, I don't know. Maybe at every truck stopping point where they have to weigh in, there needs to be a couple of ICE officers there. 2 or 3 would be fine. Everyone that comes in, check their crap. That's it. Check them. Grab them right there. Because 1 was too many. 1 was too many.
Tony, that driver, Jashanpreet Singh, is an Indian national. He came into the U.S. illegally at the U.S.-Mexico border back in 2022. And authorities say from there...
That's insane. He's from India. But he's on the U.S.-Mexican border. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, libtards. And all those libtards who's trolling my channel. You cannot defend this. You cannot defend Gavin Newsom. You cannot defend illegals getting CDL licenses in the guise of compassion. That they just want a better life and work. And here we got people getting killed because they can't read signs. One guy does a U-turn in the middle of the flipping interstate. This guy is an alcoholic. He's drunk in the middle of the day. He's got to be an alcoholic. What? Go ahead. Read my post with your chat, with your nonsense. Because you cannot defend this. I don't care if he was from India, from Russia. I don't care if he's from another country. He's here illegally. He does not get to get a driver's license in Minnesota and go effing vote. He does not need to get a driver's license in California and go get a CDL license and probably vote in California and then proceed to drive all over the United States. And he can't frickin' read and he can't speak English. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Of course, he has not been documented, but a friend here in Yuba City that knew him says all he knew is that he got a job as a truck driver to provide for himself and his family.
Isn't that what it always is? Look at
A
this.
deadly
My
collision
God.
in Southern California, CHP says, was set off by a big rig driver accused of being under the influence of drugs.
Like, explain in words, I can't really explain in words.
Jashanpreet Singh, 21 years old, was living in Yuba City. We went to his home for more information.
Oh shit, they ain't gonna answer the door. And they
No one
probably
was
all
home,
need to be
but
deported
nearby, a friend of Singh's told us he was still processing that someone he knew is facing charges for this.
Well, honestly, I didn't believe it at first. Like, wait, he's an amazing guy. He would be open, like, he would talk normally, happily, like, always with, like, love and care. Like, he's like an older brother to me, too, so, like, I appreciate that.
There it is, the compassion. He was a nice guy. He was nice. He was my neighbor. Wasn't the BTK, wife, children. He was a deacon in a church. He was a nice guy. Yeah, he was killing people. He was a nice guy. I'm shocked. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea he was illegal.
Questions for the Sacramento trucking company, whose logo was on the side of Singh's big rig, went unanswered. We went straight to the source, to the company's business address, a home in a Sacramento neighborhood. Some of the same questions a truck driver hit and injured in the crash is asking today.
I don't know how a company will hire a 21-year-old like that. Basically in a big rig like that, it blows my mind.
Back in Yuba City, Singh's friend said they talked about why he became a truck driver.
That he wanted, like, move on. Like, come from India. It's gonna be hard to make, like, dollars here, too. So, like, he wanted to, like, keep going. So his big step was trying to be a truck driver, so.
The compassion, the left, these people, they just want a better life. Stop it with the compassion bullshit. This is what happens. Plus, that guy just said he's 21 years old. And you give this guy a CDL license? He's here illegally? What are you doing?
Now, CHP won't confirm tonight if Singh had a valid commercial driver's license. They say that's going to be part of this investigation as we know more here in the coming days.
Wow, just another crash getting a lot of attention, raising a lot of questions.
A tragedy.
You bet. Madison, thank you for that live report.
Now,
not too long ago in August, we told you about this deadly crash in Florida. The accused truck driver, Harjinder Singh, is from Stockton and allegedly made an illegal U-turn right in the middle of an interstate. Days after that crash, the Florida lieutenant governor and ICE picked up Singh from San Joaquin County. The commercially licensed Indian national entered the U.S. illegally in 2018.
Another layer to this, just last week, Florida sued California over trucking laws. The Attorney General there says California's sanctuary laws, specifically the California Values Act, bar state agencies from asking about immigration status. Just before that, the Transportation Secretary announced the feds would be withholding $40 million if California doesn't enforce the rules within 30 days.
What do you guys think about, let's go back.
A Yuba City truck driver.
What do you guys think about suing the companies? Now, we know Gavin Newsom permitted illegals into his sanctuary state, gives them shit so they can vote and whatever the hell. They treat illegals better than they treat their own citizens. We all know that. Just look at Chicago and how the citizens there are dealing with this garbage, getting these people out of here. But then you have these trucking companies. So say some guy, Gavin Newscum, they go and get a CDL license. Well, then companies have to hire him to transport the goods. Should these companies be held liable? I say yeah, because they should have vetted. They should do another step of vetting. These people, they're getting to drive their trucks to transport goods all over the country. I mean, it is a rolling death machine. Rolling death machine. If you're illegal, no. And it's going to cost them more money to do this, but I think to vet these people, I guess. I don't know how much more it would cost to run these checks, go through FBI, go through ICE database. In fact, why are you not contacting ICE, Homeland Security? Hey, is this person legal? We need to know. He's wanting to drive one of our trucks. Gavin Newscum gave him a CDL license. I think these companies should be held liable as well. I think they should be fined heavily. So in the future, when these companies across America are gonna hire drivers, they better make damn sure these people are legal, and they probably need to go through Homeland Security to do it. Here we have another one. This truck driver spots another driver going the wrong way on the freeway.
Going the wrong way on a busy highway here in the Midwest. A frightening scene that could have been much worse if another trucker had not stopped him.
You are going the wrong way down the freeway. You are committing a felony right now.
Yeah, really terrifying there. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy sharing this video, claiming the driver did not understand the rules of the road as the Trump administration cracks down on foreign truck drivers who do not speak English. News Nation's Alex Capriello is live. Alex is at a truck stop outside of Chicago, and you just spoke with the trucker who captured that video.
Chicago.
Yeah, Nicole, I did. I had a chance to ask him about that exact moment. I also just learned a little bit about what it's like to be a truck driver and what he witnesses day in and day out, both during the day as well as what he sees at night, like in that moment. He issued a stern warning about highway safety in the year 2025. But first, let's take one more look at that encounter with that wrong way driver.
Dude, what?
This now viral moment happening on the border of Indiana and Ohio. The driver, Tim O'Friel, tells me he called the police right after he took down the trucker's information. Most concerning from my interview with him, he says this is just one example of dangerous driving he witnesses all day.
The amount of dangerous driving that a lot of these drivers do when they think nobody's looking. You know, and it's primarily foreign drivers or people who don't respect the law, you know, and it's concerning. I've got what happened in Florida right on my mind. It's like you can't let the guy go down the road and hit someone. I mean, you can't live with that on your conscience.
Dude is going the wrong way on a freeway. My God. People are doing 90. Y'all know this. The speed limit says it's 70. They're doing 85, 90. They're just flying past me. I don't go that fast. I think it's kind of hard and wear and tear on your car. I don't know. I just, I'm going to do 70, 75. Sometimes the speed limit, I think, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've taken a drive. Since I've driven to Virginia to go see my folks, my family. And, but yeah. I'd have to get out of the way because I don't want to be doing 80 miles an hour down the road, and I got family members in the car I'm responsible for. That's just me personally. But what, 99.9% of the drivers are just flying, and bro is going the wrong way? My God.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy claims the wrong way driver is foreign, writing on X, this easily could have ended in disaster. Foreign truck drivers not being able to understand the rules of our roads is a crisis that is putting lives in danger. The United States Department of Transportation is doing the work to fix it and save lives. O'Friel tells me that Secretary Duffy has actually invited him to meet with him and his staff tomorrow morning in Washington, D.C. He says that's an invitation that he has gladly accepted. And I asked O'Friel what he's going to actually communicate to Secretary Duffy about this moment. And he says he plans to even take a very larger approach, looking at a big picture. And he says he believes that it was legislation that was enacted back in the 1980s, specifically about truck drivers, that he says is causing a lot of the dangerous things that he's witnessing and a lot of these commercial driver's licenses that actually don't belong in the hands of some drivers being in those wrong hands.
Boy, that trucker's on his game. He knows what's up. Give that man a medal.
All right, so Alex, speaking of the dangers, Secretary Duffy recently announcing this nationwide audit and new rules for foreign commercial truck drivers. What all does that entail?
Yeah, this really has to do with that really devastating truck crash that we saw back in August in Florida. In fact, O'Friel in that soundbite even referenced it, saying it's on his conscience. And in that moment, we saw another commercial driver, this one a native of India, perform an illegal U-turn and kill 3 people. It was major news, and News Nation covered it extensively. So now, after that, Secretary Duffy says that he's going to require that all states check a national immigration database to see if the drivers can legally apply for a CDL. And for those that actually have already been issued those CDLs, he's going to require that the states must perform an audit on their status. Duffy says that any governor who finds that a CDL was issued in a way that it shouldn't have, a CDL that was issued improperly, that those licenses must be revoked immediately. Nicole?
All right, Alex Campriello.
I had seen something. Well, I did a video on it. It was covering the $40 million that's going to be withheld from California because they're giving illegal CDL licenses. So I'm covering this, and they're talking about all of this, and this was just a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me. Where you had, gosh, I even forgot about my own video. Yeah, I'm cool like that. They get this woman, and she has different disguises on, right? She's a black woman, heavy set. So she's looking like a man, dressed in different outfits. And then she has an accomplice at the DMV. So they had a screenshot of the picture of the illegal who was going to get the CDL, but she's standing there and she had taken the test and she's finishing up the paperwork. So her operative in the DMV has this up, has the information, so she's typing in the person's name and the information for this illegal, and then that heavyset black woman would get the CDL license and then sell it. She's selling it to these people. What, some of them, I mean, what, she's getting like $3,000 and then she's having to split it with these other people. But the problem was, too, is that in this state, and I wish I could remember, but y'all can go look, find the video on my channel about that. So she's splitting it with these people, but the problem is they had to take a driving test. So they passed the written test because she was under disguise working with a DMV person to get illegal CDLs for these illegals, but out of I don't know if it was 3 or 4 that she did, but only one of them passed the driving because none of them can speak. They don't know shit. I mean, so what happened with this Indian guy that just happened in Sacramento? And then what happened with the Indian guy on the Florida state? So after he got his CDL, somehow he passed the test written. How the hell did he pass a driving test, or the companies that he went to work for didn't have to take a driving test? But I thought it was like mandatory. So I'm like confused. So is the driving test so damn simple that these people especially the guy who did the U-turn in the middle of the road, how the hell did he have a driving test? So he's probably going to be charged, and it's going to probably go through federal court is what I'm thinking. So that means we're not going to get to see a trial, or either he's going to plea and they're going to just throw the key away. I don't know. But these are kind of questions I have after doing that video. Is this particular state says, well, hey, they have to pass a driving test, but one of them did. Somehow they actually happened to get caught. It didn't really specify in this video I did researching this. It didn't specify like How did she get caught? How did this ring from the DMV get busted doing this? And do other states require the same thing? It looks like my thing was acting up. It's just really annoying. I am so sorry. Require these driving tests, and how simple are they? Because now we're just seeing a handful of these people, and people are getting killed. Like, dude didn't have his CDL very long, did he? He just killed these 3 people in California, apparently, because he's 21. Now, the article reread from New York Post said he was 22. Whatever. And that other trucker says, I can't even believe they gave him one and he's so young. Whatever, right? And then the other guy who killed the 3 people in California, is there video footage of him taking his driving test? Are they not doing that? I think that should be a requirement. You have to be filmed taking your driving test. You have to be filmed talking, reading. Plus, I think Homeland Security, I'm going to say it again, anybody who drives a CDL, they need to either the Trump administration, there needs to be some requirements for these companies who are hiring these people, that they have to be vetted through the Homeland Security, period, because we don't know diddly squat. Y'all, I did another video a few months ago, maybe it's been a month or so, where these rings were doing, and it was very sophisticated, creating false IDs, giving them driver's licenses, and they had machinery that they got, to make this stuff from the DMV. And then they were extorting these people, like, you have to give me so much money a month, and we're going to give you this and this and this. And they can move them. So they were working at Amazon, and then they were working at other places. Like, any given notice, they call out, okay, so now tomorrow you're going to work at this other plant or whatever it is. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. So, bottom line is that everybody all of these illegals need to be vetted through the Homeland Security by these companies who are going to hire them. And there you go. Are you as outraged as me over this? It's just something else that Biden administration did, and we're still feeling the effects from them dumbasses, him and Kamala Harris.